Hey, okay, warning. The video you are about to see could be very stressful to in-skill people. it's, it's a butcher shop is what this video is. Uh, Take a look at it. If it helps you, fine. If not, at least maybe you'll get a good laugh. But I figured, okay, let's give them something to look at. So, alright, well, enjoy. Hey, this is Steve. Okay, let's see what we can do with a truck. I just got in the mood to do this. Okay, we're going to take a standard Kato Volvo. Let's take this puppy apart. Let's get our old razor blades here. Where's that? There she is. Pop the glue on the windshield. Go. Alrighty, one windshield, take it out. Now, let's have some fun. Low speed. Try and do this where you can see it. Okay. That's where we're sitting so far. I don't know if you can see it or not. As you can see, I ain't gentle with this stuff. I don't see any reason to be gentle. I ain't gonna be gentle with it if it's on the highway. Okay, so this is what we've got. Let's take the top off now. This is the tricky part, the only tricky part really. I'm taking it off right at the top of the sun visor. Trying not to damage the sun visor. I should take it off, but nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. Alrighty. I wonder if I can put this on my resume now. Just clean her up a little bit. Now I left just a little bit there to where I can shave it with a razor blade. Get my straight angle. Okay, let's just give you an idea here. What you think? Okay, now I'm going to turn the video off for a minute. That way I can shape everything up. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so what we've got is our cab trimmed up halfway decent. Need to make sure your windshield's going to still fit in there. And as we can see, it is. So we're good to go there. Okay. Now here's the trick to all this. If I can quit throwing it on the floor, we'll be in good shape. Okay. Get our handy dandy super glue out. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to put a bead right around the top of it here. And I'm going all the way with it too. All the way around it. Okay, now thin piece. I'm not using the thick stuff, I'm just using the thin stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and squat that puppy on there. Just like so. Put a little pressure on it. Take the old scissors here. Just trim it close. Don't have to be perfect. I pop that off. I got my left side just a little bit, or my right side just a little high. That's no problem. She'll come right off. Okay, let me trim this right quick. Okay, we got her trimmed back, so we'll re-glue her here. See what we can get done. Okie dokie. Yeah, that looks a lot better. See, the top of it, you know, if it's flat, that's okay. I'm gonna put a windjammer on this puppy, so we'll be good there. Let's just go ahead and trim the hind end of this thing off. Okay, we got that done. So now we're just gonna go ahead and glue right down the back here. I'm just doing it on the sides. And we'll take that other piece and just stick right to the back there. Alright, we're going to let that set for just a couple of minutes and then we'll be back with you. Okay, let's continue. I only let it dry about 3 minutes. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and cut the top back. And we'll cut the sides. I like to fine tune it in there with the scissors, and I can trim as necessary with the blade. And I tell you, I ain't afraid to put these scissors right up against the body either. But you know, I do have this stuff right here, but I'm not going to use none of it. I don't think we need to. Okay, let's see if we can trim just a tit-tat here. Okay, so far so good. I guess I could put it to where y'all could see, couldn't I? Alrighty. I like what I see. Okay, what do you think so far? I went to the ladies section of the store and got me a file. Okay, now, see what we got. I still need to do a little sanding, I believe. We got to make sure this windshield's going to fit in here first. Oh yes. Okay, let's just see what we get here, okay? Well, it'd be all right if we was going to do a show truck, wouldn't it? Okay, now that flare's going to be cut. I can tell you that right now. We'll round the corners off here a little bit. Okay, let me do a little fine tuning on it here, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, we done a little sanding on it there. Didn't do enough. That right there looks pretty rough. There we go, that's better. Getting them corners is the tricky part. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, now, next part. Got to make a wind jammer for this puppy, so we just do a straight cut. Okay, and I think, now let's measure this one, see how much we're going to have to do here. We did a 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's just mark us a 1/2 inch on here, which would be there to there. Okay, measure it, make sure. 1/2 inch is going to be perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how high we want it, this puppy. Okay. Now you can do it any height you want. I'm just doing a quickie here. Okay. Now, where do we do our measurements at? Okay, so we'll just slide that up right there. I come in about 1/16 off of each mark that I had a minute ago. Okay. That's hard on daggone rulers. Okay, that's a little high for what I want, so let's just come back down here. Yeah, we'll go that way. Be a little lower than that other one, but it'll be just fine and dandy. Okay, let's see what we're going to look like here. Yep, that'll be just fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to whoop off this edge here. These little, I'm going to dog ear them just a fraction. Okay, show you what we got. Just see the dog ear just a little bit. Okay. Okay, now this is where we get precise. I got my handy dandy little skinny needle nose, and I go up through here just where I think it'll be just straight, and I just bend the crap out of it. Same with this side. Okay, so here's what we got. Can you see that? Yeah, if I'd pay attention. Let's dog ear the bottom corners, because when you bend it like that, it puts it off at an angle. Okay. So now there we go. We're good there. Let's see if we can get a little help from some tape here. As you can see, this is not taking that long at all. I normally glue it at this point, but I'm just wanting to give y'all an idea of how it's going to look. So we can get it to bend back a little bit. Okay, so I mean, it's going to lay back just a little bit like so. Okay, so let me do some fine tuning, make a bracket for that, and then I'll show you what I did to make a bracket. Okay, for the brackets, I'm just taking the same thickness of styrene there, and I'm just going to make me a couple of little fancy triangles. Fun part ain't doing them, it's getting them even. That's the hard part, in other words. Okay, let's see here. I believe that'll work right there. See how even we are. Close enough. Okay, while it's on my mind, check these out. I got these from Model Train Stuff, and they are cheap. I mean, very cheap. But you know, you ain't having to hold on to one of them little bitty things. It gives you enough bulk. It's got a little softness to it, a little rubber, and hey, it's great. And if you need to, you can get bigger size there. But this is what I enjoy using more than anything. So, and then if you can find you one of these at the store somewhere, get you one of them. I think it's a carpet cutter is what it is. There we go. But it comes in handy too if you need to do a good straight edge. Let's put it back in the safety mode because I am notorious for reaching in there and grabbing stuff. Okay, let's do some gluing. Let's see, we need just a little piece of scrap plastic, okay? I'm going to put some handy dandy super glue on here. Alright, here's where it gets technical. Let's see, I got it backwards. Okay. And we're going to do this on the windjammer. There is no set standard of where you have to put these braces. And there ain't no set standard of what they got to look like. You could do L brackets, anything you want. Oops. But don't drop it. I'm glad I vacuumed today. If I hadn't, I'd never found that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, see my little brackets here. I just got to trim the top of them off. I'm going to wait till I get it on there though. That way I'll have something to hold it by if I need to. Okie dokie. Okay, as you can see, it's set straight up and down. I don't like that one bit. So let's just get our sizers here. See if that's enough. Maybe too much. Oh no, that'll work just fine and dandy. We'll still take our super glue here. Being that I got glue on this, it's got to be perfect first time. Sorry it's turning out to be such a long video, but if you had this done somewhere else, it'd take them 6 months to cut a truck apart like this. Alright, what do you think? I just gotta glue it a little better. You know, it ain't gonna be about 5 more minutes. We'll be ready for the paint shop. Okay, let's take a break for a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and jump the gun here. Where's my big fancy tweezers out here? We're gonna go in here and snip that puppy off right there. And we're gonna go over here and snip this one off too. I can feel that ridge, is why I'm doing this easy. Yeah, let's just chop these off. I'm just going to do a standard day cab on this again. Okay, right there. Fill the lip. Okay, that looks pretty good. I see right there where I need to shape a little bit. Okay, let's fit one of these little puppies and see what it's going to look like. As you can see, what I cut off was the tapered section, where on this one I just left it straight. So we're going to do the tapered section, see what it's going to look like. Oh yes, that side's just peachy. Let's see what this side's going to look like. That'll work. Okay, now we're going to take our handy dandy glue here. Okay. That one there seems to be a little off. It's okay, because I cut it in them seams, so it's going to look like an additional piece that's put on it anyway. Alright, let's see here. Put the old body over and just see what we get. Make sure I get them wide enough. Alright, what do y'all think? See, we'll have to cut the frame down here in a few. You know what's next, don't you? Because we're ready. We're ready to paint this puppy. Alright. There we are on our stick. And I'll see you outside. Okay, let's go ahead and do just a little painting here. Okay, we'll let that dry for a little bit. Okay, we're just going to put just a fine little mist on it. That should be all we need there. And we'll just let her dry and see what we come up with. Alright. Okay, while the paint's drying, let's just chop this frame up a little bit. I'm just going to take my handy dandy flat blade here and I'm going to cut it right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can see it. Make sure I'm where I want it. Nope. That's some tough stuff. Must have been that steel that says do not weld on it. Okay, we got that separated. Trim up the excess. Try to even it out a little bit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I don't know how long I want to make this thing. Okay, let's just go ahead and cut it like we did the other one. Let's just commence to chopping here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want to cut just a little bit of that off right there. How did I do that the other day? There we go. This is going to be hidden, so it ain't no big deal. This is why This is why I try not to sell my stuff. I'm a butcher when it comes to these things. Don't bother me a bit. I'll butcher these puppies in a second. Okay. Looks like we're right on the money for that. Okay, so we'll just stop there until we get a dry cab, and then we'll see from there. Alright, let's zoom in here for a minute, show you what I did. I went ahead and cut the frame as you saw and glued it together, and I added just a small piece of this scrap right there on top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my BLMA chain link fence and I'm going to cut me off a piece of it for the deck back here. I'm going to do this deck in two pieces, I think. We'll see what happens there. I'm going to show you the way I cut this stuff. This is stainless steel, so I got to get it in there just right. Make sure it's level, or straight, should I say. Squeeze like mad, break it apart. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now let's just see. I took that little piece off. I didn't like it on there. It was going to show up. Let's go this way with it. Yeah, I think we're going to put that right there. That'll work just fine. I'm sorry, I forgot I zoomed in. As you can see, it's hard to do this with that camera. Okay, how's that? Put my little piece of decking on there, that's what I'll do. And then we'll fill in a piece up here when we get ready to do the other. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see what we got here. Now if you notice, I cut this frame without even measuring it against the cab, so there ain't no telling what we're going to get into here. It may be the right size, it may not. Let's put the windshield back in here. See if we're good there. Okay. Now keep in mind, you know, men do this, or woman, and take their time doing this. They can make a beautiful, beautiful truck. But I'm just doing a rush job on it, and seeing what we come up with. Get the old plastic off of it. All right. Little fine tuning, and see what you think there. I got a little work to do on it. I mean, it's a rough job. I mean, I can see right now I've got to level this side out a little bit. It dropped down on me. It ain't cut straight. But it's not about the flaws on this video. It's about how easy it is to do something like this if you decide to put your mind to it. So, all right. Yeah, that's how I make a day cab. Short, quick, and sloppy. All right, see ya. Okay, what'd you think? Like I said, it's a butcher shop, but let's show you what she looks like. She turned out all right. I mean, and that green trailer there, that is one of them that I did all the painting to and all the striping, like on the last videos. Alrighty. Well, we shall see you on another one.
Took me all